Welcome back, comic fans. We now return to Comic.Church, leaving you right where we left off before the break. And now here's your host, Pastor Drew the Fairy Godbrother, the Monsignor of Marvel, Sean Ray, and the Reverend Sith Lord himself, Jesse Stay.
Welcome back to Comic.Church. On K-Talk. Welcome back. So we've had a interesting conversation for the last couple hours in the realms of comicdom.
Yeah.
Just go back.
By the way,
notes.
it's Arabesh.
Arabesh?
The Star Wars written language. I might be pronouncing it wrong. I'm pretty sure it's Arabesh, though.
It is what it is. It's
That's
Arabesh.
how I pronounce it.
In your reality, it's Arabesh.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. So, we talked Dumbo. That opened up this weekend. Overall, you guys give it a thumbs up. Go see it.
To Dumbo?
Dumbo,
Yeah.
Yeah, go see it. I mean, like I said, it is kind of slow. It has its slower parts. There's a lot of talking in certain parts and everything like that. But I mean, Dumbo was adorable. The whole CGI elephant, and everything like that. It was really cool.
I'll be honest. I would probably save it for DVD personally. I don't know if I'd go see it in the theaters, but it had a very nice message. Got me in tears a few times.
Yeah.
I thought.
I mean, I don't know if it's not one that I could put in and watch and rewatch and stuff like that. I don't know. It's going to be hard to even say I really want to buy it. Save your pennies, though. Like Jesse said, in theaters, we got a lot coming up. We've got Shazam coming up. And the thing is, with some of these other movies, we need to really put our money into these if we want to see more coming from there.
Yeah.
Like Shazam coming up. We got Hellboy the following week with the New Mutants the following week. And then, coming towards the end of the month, we've got Endgame going on. And so we got to save your pennies.
Yeah.
Because I'm probably going to be seeing that one a couple times in the theater. But, yeah, I definitely Redbox Dumbo.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I kind of feel the same. It's has a really nice message. I think depending on your kid, different kids are going to enjoy it. Some kids are not, and so I mean, you're going to have really. You're either going to love it or hate it, and I think that it has a very nice message, has a lot of emotion to it. And if you like Tim Burton, it's a classic Tim Burton film, I think, with a little positive message to it that I think is good. So I mean, you might go see it in theaters, but I would probably personally Redbox it as well.
1 out of 5 stars. I'd probably give it a 2, maybe 2.5-ish, somewhere in there. 2 stars.
Yeah. I think I'd give it a 3.
Okay.
Good to know.
Yeah, so I mean, going into some of the other ones coming out, I mean, like I said, we got Shazam coming up this weekend, so we'll probably talk about that a little bit next week. I've already got my tickets. We didn't actually get a screening for that, so we will have to go with the general crowd and the audience.
But that still gives us enough time to digest it and give you a rundown on Comic.Church.
Yeah, definitely. I'm really looking forward to this. I've actually, Shazam was one of my favorites because, I mean, we had kind of talked about, what would your powers be if you had the options and stuff like that. This is a small child given that option. Given that ability, and say, like in the comic book, he was given a wish, and he was a fan of Superman, and lived in this galaxy of heroes, of the Justice League and everything like that. And this 12-year-old boy, met a wizard, and the wizard gave him a wish, and he said, "I want to be like Superman. I want to have Superman." And he said, "Okay, that is basically he is a knockoff of Superman."
Yeah.
He's everything we all wanted to be as kids.
As a kid, that's what you wanted to be. So, I mean...
He's a Superman cover.
He is a Superman little kid. Yeah. I mean, he is still the mentality of a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
But with the body of Superman. And so...
And that's so interesting. And, we were talking about that a little earlier. If you were imbued with powers...
Yeah.
What would be? And I think, let's give Comic.Church a homework assignment, and then we'll talk about it more next week.
Like I said, I'm going to look up and see if there is a test.
Okay. If you do, share it to the page.
I will find it and I'll share it
Yeah.
to the page. And please, like we said, if you take the pet test and everything like that, tell us what your outcome was and everything, and we will discuss it a little bit more next week.
And go watch Russian Doll.
Yeah, we ran. I think we ran out of time to Russian Doll. So
I saw some
we'll talk about
casting
that
for the
next
second
week.
season, so I mean,
Nice.
we're gonna have to talk about it soon.
We will. It keeps getting Russian dolled, but we'll get to Russian Doll. But yeah, so we have. We're gonna talk Shazam next week.
Yeah.
And with that, the homework assignment,
Mm-hmm.
really give some serious thought. If you were empowered, what would that look like? And with that, we're also going to talk about Doctor Strange.
This is something Drew's been wanting to talk about for a while.
I know, and we scheduling issues and whatnot. It keeps getting pushed, but we're carving into stone. Next week we're going to talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I quit. Just kidding.
We got your back, Drew.
But but that's another one that I really relate to Doctor Strange, especially coming out of Mormonism, dabbled in Christianity for a while, and I make light heart of it, but. I think spiritually
Are
minded.
you going to go into the mystic arts?
Well, I wouldn't call it mystic arts, but definitely I've evolved into a hybrid of like Christianity meets Eastern philosophy.
That's the thing.
That's pretty much
Drew,
right fit.
Drew is very knowledgeable about a lot of different religions and things like that.
And here's the thing: when I was watching Doctor Strange for the first time, having a pretty deep understanding of all of that, like my mind was blown because. Like a lot of the other stuff that's scientifically accurate, like they're hitting accuracies on just talking about deep mysticism and spirituality and Eastern philosophies, like at the advanced collegiate level, but they put it into like
Don't say too much because I want to hear more about that.
They've taken college level understanding of this, put it into comic books and put it into movies, and things like Doctor Strange and The Last Airbender and stuff like that, really making these
Even Iron Fist.
Iron Fist, all these concepts, making it relatable and understandable.
Yeah.
It's the Shaolin monks.
I was probably learning about these
Marvel.
things when I was like, 6 years old, 7 years old,
Yeah.
reading these comic books, and I had no idea. I still don't, but I don't understand. But I someone like Drew can like explain it to me.
So yeah, it's beautiful. So I'm excited about that. I've wanted to. So we'll be talking about that next week.
It'll give me a
and-
reason
yeah.
because I've been wanting to go back and rewatch Doctor Strange. I always, that's like my comfort movie is I'll go back
Yeah.
and at night I'm like, what do I want to watch? If I can't decide on something, I'll go to a Marvel and then I'll go to
Yep.
my Marvel folder of movies and then I'll be
And-
like, all right, which one do I want to watch?
And Doctor Strange is really the core of what church was built on. Is
Yeah.
the idea, those ideas and those philosophies, as we originally got started in some of this. So
Yeah. Sean, I think at least I don't know this person, but Brian Grandel.
yeah,
He's,
hey, Brian.
What's up, Battle Buddy? Glad to see you doing this. So
Yeah.
he
Hey,
gives me
Brian.
a shout out. I know
bring your
you-
friends, Brian.
We were good buddies.
I know you weren't
We're
watching the
deployment.
comment section, but yeah.
My phone's almost dead.
So thanks for joining us, Brian, and supporting Sean
Yeah, tell your
He's all
friends.
the way in Texas.
all the way in
Wow,
Texas.
that's where I grew up.
Yeah.
We're in Texas. That's what I want to know,
Dallas
Brian.
area.
Dallas. I grew up in Houston, so
I spent a few years in San Antonio, and that's
me too.
That's enough for
San
me.
Antonio's its
I
own
loved
thing.
San Antonio, though.
I love San Antonio 2000, early 2000s, mid 2000s.
I liked visiting
They
San
kind of went a little
Antonio.
extreme towards the last
Yeah, a little
decade.
bit
It's
more.
like I'd be afraid to go to Texas
well,
right
it's
now.
been a couple years since I've
Yeah.
been there.
Houston was a nice, just I mean it's been rated more than one time the most diverse city in the United States. I loved Houston because of that. I had so many friends from different
Is
cultures.
it the same way
and
though? Like
there's a lot of
I know the
Texas
news-
is a very conservative
Yeah.
state, and
I know
you've
the
got
news
that
blows things out of
throughout.
proportion,
Oh,
but
man.
honestly,
It's-
as an out gay man, I would be afraid to go back to
Yeah, I
Texas
wouldn't.
right now.
You would probably survive in Houston in the right crowds.
Yeah.
I remember going down there. I went hunting down there. Hunting. Sorry, that was my Utah coming out.
hunting.
It's
also Texas.
in the 90s.
Yeah.
We went down there pig hunting, and it was down around the same time. In I think it was Casper. I can't remember the exact name where they
Yeah.
hurt some people
Yeah.
down there.
Those-
there was still a black side of town and a white side of town. I'm like, come on, really?
Yeah.
So,
Those
it was crazy.
javelinas are and the hogs
And the Russian bull, yeah.
we had to watch out for when we were camping all the
Yeah,
time. Those things
yeah.
were scary.
Yeah. But, well, yeah, let's go back onto this homework topic, just kind of verify and,
Yeah.
make sure that we kind of get that information, what you're looking for, because I need to write this homework down.
Yeah, so I mean, it's going to take some mindfulness. You need to sit down and just ask yourself some questions. But legitimately, if looking at your traumas, your greatest potential, your growth, who you are, your experience, where you've been, where you're going, and taking into account that if you were given superhero powers, it would be in relation to who you are, your experience, your karma, everything. And so what would that power look like? I mean, for me, and we'll talk about it a bit more when we get to next week, but, empathy is a real big thing for me. So I'm sure that probably when I get powered up, that gets powered up because that's a core tenet of who I am. So I think that would probably be one of the ones.
Yeah.
Probably hearing thoughts, hearing people's feelings. Because again,
I could
it's
see
usually
you as
related.
like a Jean Greyish.
Kind of.
in
I mean,
that-
I'd
in
love to have
that.
the super up powers and bust through buildings
Yeah.
and Hulk smash and all that, but that's not really my personality. And
Yeah.
so my ego would probably want that, but
It's really like
yeah.
who you want to be. Like, I would love to be a Captain America, but like, honestly, I don't know if I would be that character. Like, if it was who I am.
If you got powered
Yeah.
up, would that be the same
I
result?
would probably be like a Hulk and just like freak out. And, like, be all like,
I can think of a couple people, depending on the universe. Each universe, I could probably relate to one person in each universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So it's
yeah,
like
let-
who you want to be as opposed to who you are.
And do both.
Yeah.
Who would your ego, if your ego got powers, what would that be?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then who you really are or who you think you are, what would that be? And come with both of those. And I think
Oh, that's gonna
I
be
think
fun.
that's gonna be an interesting
Yeah.
psycho-spiritual analysis of who we are as fans and real heroes.
Definitely.
And if we come up with a study that we actually can take, where can they find it?
We'll post that on Comic.Church.
On Comic.Church. On Facebook Comic.Church.
Yeah.
Facebook.
Okay.
We'll try and get this link. We'll try and link our Instagram together. But yeah, go on there, like us, look us up, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube,
And
We're
interact
on-
with us throughout the week. All three of us
Yeah.
get, anytime anyone comments, we get pinged. So interact with us there, and we will see you next week on Comic.Church, right here on K-Talk AM 1640, real local two-way talk. Thanks for listening.
Enough said.
That's it.